Hi, my name is Adil El Fakir, and I'll be delivering a short lecture about interest rate risk management using swaps. I thought of using simple examples to make it easily understood for the user. Now, if we start with some preliminaries, suppose we have a company X, for example, um, which has currently a floating interest rate. Now, its worry is that interest rates will be rising, i.e., if interest rates goes up, it will be paying a much higher rate. For example, if it has signed for a loan contract of using a floating rate of, let's say, LIBOR plus 2%, then it should be actually paying, if the LIBOR is 3%, it should be paying 5%. Now, if the LIBOR has gone up to, let's say, 4%, then in this case, it should be paying 6%. So from what we can notice is that as the LIBOR increases, our interest payment also increases. So that has gone from 5 to 6%. Conclusion then is, since X or our company X is subject to the risk of interest rates rising, it would love to swap or to switch to a fixed rate. Let's take the other example on the other side of the story. Now, if our company has instead a current fixed rate loan, then it will be worried that interest rates will fall. Now, why is that? If we take the following example, suppose our company already signed for a fixed rate contract of 9%, right? And the market at this moment in time is offering 6% instead. So certainly 6% is better for the company than 9%. So in our case, the company is paying a rate which is a lot much higher than what the market is really offering. So it would love to switch to a floating rate, since rates at this stage are falling, rather than paying a fixed rate. So you see, from both these two scenarios, we have some kind of conflicting interests. So a company which had a floating rate wished to switch to fixed rates. This is when it has expected that rates will be rising. And a company with fixed rates will love to switch to a floating rate if it has expected that rates are going down. Now, talking about swaps, we should also talk about what we call dealer's codes. And those are actually two important codes, which are the bid and the ask. Now, what is the bid? Put it simply, you as a company wish to receive a fixed interest and pay a floating interest. While for the ask, you wish to pay fixed and receive float. So depending on which situation you are in, you are going to be either at the bid side or at the ask side. In order to remember which ones goes for the bid and which ones goes for the ask, I propose to use the following abbreviation, which I simply call RB fix. And that is very simple because if we have two quotes, let's say in this case we have a quote of 7% from our dealer and a quote of 8%, then what does this mean? I'll put it this way. It means here on this side, our company wishes to receive fixed interest rate, okay? And if it is on the other side, it will wish to pay a fixed interest rate. Okay, so this is how we can remember it. RP, RP, so RP, fix. Okay? And the bottom line of the story will be just the opposite. So if in this case it is at the bid side, it is a bid, that's the ask. Okay. If it is at the bid side, then it will wish to receive fix and then obviously pay float. That's just the opposite. Okay. And if it is at the ask side, then it will wish to pay fix, and opposite pay is simply receive float. Okay, so receive. So this is simply the opposite of that. So that's why I'm proposing this RP fix, so that the user can easily remember the way it works. So RP fix, and then the other one will be simply the opposite. So receive fix, pay fix, pay float, receive float. Okay. Now, what does this story then say here? It says that if our company is at the bid side, it means it will wish to receive fixed amount, which is 7% from the dealer, and pay to the dealer the LIBOR, which is a floating rate. So receive 7% and pay to the dealer the float, which is LIBOR. If we are, on the other hand, speaking about the other side, so our company will pay 8% to the dealer and receive from the dealer the LIBOR. Okay. Once again, it depends on which side of the story we are. Okay. So let's see an example where we're going to be, or our company will be switching from paying a floating rate to a fixed rate, i.e. using a swap. Okay, so instead of paying a floating rate, it will pay a fixed rate. Now, suppose our company X has a floating rate of LIBOR plus 200 basis points. 200 basis points simply means 2%, or simply 200 divided by 100, and that gives you 2%. Okay, so currently we are paying a floating interest rate, so LIBOR plus 2%. Now, if you pause the video, I would like just to ask you a question. What is the worry of the company if it is paying a floating rate? Now, I guess you know the answer now. So since it is currently paying a floating rate, it is worried that interest rates will rise. So it would love to shift its payments to a fixed payment rather than a floating payment. Okay, so it is worried that rates will rise. So it's best to switch, i.e. to pay. Okay, and I would like just to underline that. Okay, so it would like to pay. Okay, like to pay fixed. The minute I hear to pay fixed, I will go to my dealer's code. Alright, I look for pay fixed. Here we go. So I am at this side. So I would love to pay fixed. Okay, I am at this side. Right. Okay, so what I would do, I would love to pay fixed. So that's going to be minus 8%. So I am paying minus 8%. Okay. And I will receive float from the dealer. So plus, okay, plus LIBOR. Plus LIBOR. So I am paying 8%, which is fixed, to the dealer, and the dealer is paying me LIBOR, whatever rate is that, 2%, 3%, whatever LIBOR is at that time of the market. Now, remember that currently, in this example, I have a loan with a, let's say, a bank, which is existing at LIBOR plus 2%. Okay, that means I am currently paying my bank, so an amount of LIBOR plus 2%. So minus LIBOR plus 2%. Okay. Now just a little bit of simple maths in here. So LIBOR goes with LIBOR. So this cancels out. Okay. I'll have minus 8% minus plus 2, which is simply minus 10%. Of course, why the minus in here? That simply means that there is a payment. Okay. But again, you're going to say that the net interest payment, that's why it's negative, is 10%. See, I didn't say minus 10%, but I said simply 10% because I already said it's a payment. Now, let's go to the other side of the story, which is a company which is currently paying fixed, but wishes to switch to a floating rate. Company X has a fixed rate loan of 9%. Now, again, I want you to pause for a second and tell me what is the worry of the company if it is paying a fixed rate loan. I hope by now you know the answer. It is worried that rates will fall. As we said before, if it is currently paying 9% and let's say the market is offering 6%, then it is paying a lot to its bank than what it should normally pay, as the market is offering a better rate. So, because the market is offering a better rate, the company wishes to pay floating. Okay? Company wishes to pay floating. So the minute I hear or I know that the company wishes to pay floating, I go to my quote again and I look for pay float. And that's the one. Simple. Easy. That's pay float. Right? Then when I say pay float, I mean I will pay to the dealer minus, when I say minus, I mean I pay, because it says here pay float. So minus LIBOR, and I would receive from the dealer a fixed rate. So plus, and what is the fixed rate here? It is at this size, so plus 7%. So minus LIBOR plus 7. Minus LIBOR, that means I am going to be paying floating to the dealer, and the dealer will be paying me 7%. So I'm receiving 7% from the dealer. Now this is a contract between me and the dealer. But how about my contract between me and the loan provider, let's say a bank? From the exercise, he says that I am already engaged into a loan which asks for a payment of 9%. So I am paying already 9%. Okay, so these are between me and the dealer. Okay, and this one, or just this one, is between me and my bank based on my current contract. So the payments will be simply minus LIBOR, since I have minus LIBOR, plus minus 9, that's minus 2%. To make life even simpler, I have two minuses in here, so I can factorize by minus. That'll be minus LIBOR plus 2%. So again, when I say minus, I mean there is an interest payment. So the net interest payment is LIBOR plus 2%. Okay? And again, the minus here is to show that there is a payment. You don't need it here if you are saying already that there is a payment. I hope that this video was helpful, and I would love to see you again in another video. Thank you very much.